there has been no global warming for the past 18 years. The science is settled, global warming is not a crisis. The energy rationing policies being implemented are much worse than the impacts of global warming. We go next to President Obama, who is part of this agenda. I don't know why. He, as a legislator and a senator, he was never interested in environmental issues. Oh, I do know why. It's how you take control of the U.S. economy through environmental regulations over energy use. If any of you doubt what this is all about, sometimes somebody on the other side lets it out of the bag. Some years ago, Jacques Chirac, when he was president of France, said, this is about a lot more than climate. This is the first genuine instrument of global governance. Christiana Figueres, the extremely capable head of the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, said this month, and I will stop with this quote, "This is probably the most difficult task we have ever given ourselves," that is the UN, which is to intentionally transform the economic development model for the first time in human history. So if you think that this agenda is about saving the planet from global warming, it's a much bigger and more sinister thing than that.
You discussed that there's something really more sinister going on behind radical environmentalism. So can you tell our viewers more at length what that agenda is?
The environmental movement is a very broad movement. I mean, there are all kinds of different groups in it with different objectives and interests and goals. I think that the climate agenda being pursued not only by the environmental movement, but by the climate establishment, that is the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, the Obama administration, the European Union. I think that agenda is really to turn our economy upside down and force people into using less energy, paying more for it, living in smaller houses, driving smaller cars, taking fewer flights, and essentially living energy-deprived lives. A lot of the people involved at the upper reaches of developing this strategy for transforming the world's economy really believe that they ought to be in charge, that the experts know best, and that the only way to save the planet from increasing greenhouse gas emissions is to have a command and control economy for energy use. I would call it authoritarian.
Authoritarian.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go back and look at the social doctrines of the Italian fascists in the 1920s and 30s, they were very similar.